Hello YouTube, we are back. Sure, everything's going fine. We're good to go. Um, I have not played this since last time because I was playing Expedition. The Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Um, I've not gotten really time to do any more stuff, but I have a few things I want to do in this video before we move on to anything else. First thing, is I wanna do this. So this is called an adventure plate, and you can edit it however you like. So let's see. We do standing, chuckle, laugh, joy, happy. Interesting. Soothe, blush, comfort, sake, pray, which pay respect, can't. Yes. Thumbs up. Trying to feel like see one that has like a really big graded thing. Panic. I like the panic thing, but it's because it's actually gone. I don't think I'd want it as the leave all of them. Let's see. Now, yeah, we don't want that. Basebone clutch head pose. Be that. Sure. Yeah, what do we want behind? Keep it blue. No, we're gonna put any accents on it or do that. Save that part. Now let's see about this. Don't want a border. Do blue just because that is the tank one. The hearts. Oh yeah. Do that. Just that if we want to. I always like to have the character on the other side. Save. And select the this, so main scenario, dungeons, deep dungeons, crafting, binding mining, and casual. Confirm. We don't have a favorite. What happens in the saucer? Who would that be? Will only be my warrior class show. Okay, so that's done. Just take a picture of it. Now, this is where magic can come into play. And by that, I mean editing stuff. So let me pause the video real quick. Hello, we're back. Magic! So, this allows me to change the chat tabs without y'all seeing it. So when we do a trial, I can have the chat open, so if people like avoid that or do this, I can actually listen to them without having to worry about if somebody's saying something wrong or whatever else. Now mind you, I'm not going to keep that up consistently. I'll just hide it when I'm not wanting to cover chat. But it'll just be something very simple we can pop in and out from now on. Because whenever we get to the Crystal Towers, I'm going to keep the chat open for me. So I was like, and this is what I'm going to do for a Twitch character that I'm making. So when I stream, I'm going to play on it, and that's how it's going to cover, is going to be their adventure plate. But yeah, it's not that hard. I literally just crop the image down and then put it in OBS, so. Yeah, that was one thing I wanted to do. And I figured I might as well set it up now, because we're not that far, we're not that far from needing to do that. However, now I need to do something else. So if I have issues here, I might have to pause the video again, because I've had some issues doing this. But I think I found out the issue I had, so we'll see if it works. But there's a new event going on, just like we did before. There's another event, and it is this guy in Udal. You have to already be able to go to the Golden Saucer to do this. I actually have done this in all my characters except Twitch one that I plan on, I have to play it, and this one. However, I skipped the dialogue because I knew I was going to do it here and read it fully. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll just skip it for me and power level through and all my characters. Royal Rumblings. Fair stranger, did you hear of the sensational Gold Saucer festivities currently underway? All who participate are entitled to a handsome MGP bonus, not to mention discounts on a bevy of prizes. A simply unmissable opportunity. I'm sure you'll agree. What's more, I gather they're hosting special triple triad classes for younglings, all taught by the Cardinal of Cards himself, King Elmer III. Which reminds me, a rather peculiar rumor concerning the king has been circulating recently. My friend Olier works at the saucer, and by his tellings, it's causing much consternation among the staff. Judging by your indomitable gaze and well-worn garb, I'd wager you're an adventurer. If any of this has whet your appetite for intrigue, I suggest you journey to the card square and speak with Olier. Olier? Directly. Look at me blabbering on. I'd best be off, for I shan't rest until every Udon in this fine city is privy to the Golden Saucer festivities. Now, when I first did it on the first day, I actually couldn't access the Gold Saucer. It was like freezing and loading screen, and I literally would have to change homeworlds. However, today I tried it on a couple characters and they went in just fine, and I'm like, huh? And I tried it again on the character that I did it, like my main character, and she would get locked on the loading screen, and I couldn't figure out why. I don't know why it's doing it. I've even went about like clearing the console cache, so on and so forth. Thinking maybe there's something like in the file. The only thing I haven't done is like uninstall and reinstall Final Fantasy fully. But if this works, I found the workaround of whatever issue that I'm having. But we'll see. Go to the Golden Saucer. See if it actually... So, like, it would freeze at this screen. These letters would just come out, and then that was it. And I couldn't go in here. But I would always teleport here. And every one of my characters that teleported from here would get locked in the loading screen for some reason. But if I do the airship, I'm fine. So I don't know why that is. So if you're having trouble like that to get in this event, please do that. You might be able to get in then. Anyway, let's do these. I actually got lucky on my one character, and she managed to get quite a bit today in this. Because I only do this when I'm here. You should do this every day. But I only do this when I'm here. Okay, so we can't do that one. What is this? 10. So it'll only be 80. This is at least 10, which could be 19, which would be bad. Could be a 1, which would be not horrible. If this is the, let's see, if this is the 9 and the 8, that'd be like 20. That wouldn't be bad. Could also be here, that is. We can't get 8. Let's just do this one. So I only won 180, but right now, until like, I think it's like a June 11th or something like that, you get 50% more. As you see from the log down in the chat log down there, you get 50% more MGP right now. So if you want to get stuff, you need to do it now. See, I always try to aim to get certain things. Well, yeah, see, if I would have done that, it would have been the 19. And I would have only got 36 plus, you know, the 50%. That would have been a really bad one to pick. Here... do we have the potential? Yeah, we have at least one in every row at this point. Death. So this is 23, so that'd be 1,000. So I mean, I doubt we can get more than that. We'll see. Yeah, that was by far the best one to do. And we got 2,000 some MGP because of it. Would you like to purchase? Yep. Um, I try to make it so I have at least like one in each row, so we know for a fact like we can't get 6 anymore. So there's no way we can like gamble for the 10,000 one. Just gamble on this one again. Okay. It's 1,001, so it's not bad. See, is there anything better? Nope, we got the best one by gambling on that one. Yeah, that's all that. Anyway, back to what we're doing. Anytime you come here, you should do that if you haven't been here today. Because, I mean, you just get free MGP for that, so you might as well. Allow me to bid you a warm welcome to Manderville Gold Saucer. How might I be of service? We came all this way to discuss the rumor with this humble attendant. I'm touched that you'd take interest in what must seem a trifling matter, but if you're willing, I'd be ever so grateful for your assistance. Forgive the intrusion. See, I skipped this, so I have no idea what happens in these cutscenes. I thought it best that I myself inform you of the details. I am King Elmer, and while it's not technically royal blood coursing through these veins, my reign over Card Square is absolute. Of all our triple triad playing staff, I am without question the strongest. Alas, an unsavory rumor threatens to topple my metaphorical crown. There are mutterings that the king is no more skilled than a fresh-faced novice. Oh? I am the final hurdle before fledgling players go on to challenge the realm's best triple triad tacticians. Overcoming my curated strategies is paramount to their future standings. And yet my prowess is called into question. Inconceivable! This ordeal has proven rather stressful for King Elmer III. As I'm sure you can appreciate, even the most level-headed among us can unravel during times of crisis. It's worth noting that our records don't indicate any crushing defeats of the like to blemish his reputation. As far as the Gold Saucer is concerned, King Elmer III continues to fulfill his duties with the utmost skill and professionalism. Painstakingly, I honed my skills and analyzed countless techniques, all that I might provide our guests with thrilling experiences. If this rumor isn't contained, the very meaning of challenging me would be lost. These murmurings affect not just the king himself, but the entirety of the Card Square, and all who would test their mettle within its gilded confines. We must act swiftly to ensure they spread no further. Before you arrived, we established that none of our colleagues are the origin of the rumor, but the task remains to find those responsible. Can we count on your aid? So that's why I had to go talk to people. Okay. Thank you, Adventurer. Your assistance is most appreciated. As much as I'd like to help between my regular duties and teaching the younglings, I simply don't have the time. Please do accept my apologies. I propose we split up and question some of the patrons. I shall begin my inquiries in Round Square, which leaves Wonder Square in your capable hands. Let us reconvene in the Ethereite Plaza shortly. I also found out something new about here that I did not know about. Not really, you know, special. Oh, by the way, I think I don't remember where offhand. I'll show it to you because it's near the end. But if you want the discounted items, you have to go to a specific vendor, and I believe it's right next to one of the NPCs near the end. And I don't remember where that is. It might also not be visible yet. But anyway, something I found out. Stand in these and you get thrown up top. I did not know that. I was running, I was just jumping and I jumped in there and I just got shot at. I always had to find the stairs. I'm never wasting my time looking for the stairs now if I'm right next to those things anyway. The notion that the king is anything but a consummate master of triple triads is preposterous. I heard he was around here somewhere though. Where could he have gotten to? If you're after the king, I just spotted him in the square losing a round of triple triad. He got absolutely trounced. Must be something going on. But yeah, I was just jumping randomly, and I landed in one of those fountains and got thrown up to the top. I was like, wait, what? The rumor must have passed me by, but I just spotted King Elmer III striding off toward Event Square. To catch a glimpse of him roaming the saucer, why, it's a gift from the spinner herself. Oh, so you like the new decorations and stuff? Pretty sure those weren't there before. An adventure? How fares your investigation? Your findings mirror my own. For a blessing, it seems a few patrons actually believe the rumor. It seems few patrons actually believe it. Although the sightings of a king wandering around outside Card Square are cause for concern, as far as I'm aware, King Elmer III hasn't left his table. A second king walks among us! We have an imposter on our hands. I've actually done both of these to see the different dialogue. If you do a second king walks among us, he's just like, well, by the way you say it, it seems quite spectacular, but alas, I think he's a fake, or something to that effect. I forget the exact dialogue, but yeah. We have an imposter on our hands. I did check that, because I knew there was two options. But I had no idea what. So when I actually clicked it, I was like, I don't know if this is, right or wrong. I am of the very same mind. Their motives are unclear, but if they are indeed the source of the rumor, it behooves us to act. Let us make for the event square and seek out this false king. Also, have I... My lady, the venture you bid me undertake has finished. Yeah. I don't have any more ventures though, so... Can't send you back out, but... Bye! 1, 2, 3. No, I don't. I still have to hire 2 more. So much more convenient to just get shot up. Oh yeah. Is it you? You could already be a winner. The jackpot ticket looks like to be in order. Now let's see what you have won. 1,000. No numbers match. Wait, I got 1,000 just for a consolation prize? You get a ring? Wait, a ring. So that's gonna be, yeah. Oh, the armor covers it up. That's actually funny. You need 7 for that. That's hilarious. I don't know if I'll remember, but we just keep doing it. It's only 100 and we got, you know. It's another reason I was like, I was gonna make a video that same day after the whole I got the ticket, but I was like, why would I actually? Because, you know, I have the event coming up, I saw, and I was like, oh, I might as well just wait for that. Because I'll be back here and I'm gonna be here to do it, so anyway. Survey the square from the vantage point. King Elmer III, what are the chances? We must duel. But of course, prepare yourself for a royal thrashing. King Elmer III, question mark? That's funny. I beat the king. 'Tis true what they say. You're as weak as they come. Bested by one of my subjects. Oh, the shame! Venture, have you sighted the pretender? Yep. There he is, our false king. Let us approach. Say, do you find folks partake in the delights of the Triple Triad? If you're in the mood for a round or two, King Elmer III shall be glad to oblige. You're no king, usurper. I dare say we found the source of the rumor. For a king of cards, you seem awfully devoid of talent. Let's go all in. You're no king, usurper. Sir, how dare you? It is I, King Elmer III. Wait, you're a gold saucer attendant? Curses, you're here to detain me, aren't you? No, I won't let you. I'm not ready to give up my crown. Wait, you charlatan? He dropped something. You recover a King Elmer III card, safe and secure within a protective case. You had better present your find to Alia. That's funny. As soon as he saw he was a attendant, he was like, ah, shit! Please accept my apologies for dashing off like that. I'm afraid my efforts were in vain. I soon lost sight of him. Oh, did you find something? The slice is right. I soon lost sight of him. Oh, did you find something? A King Elmer III card. These were commissioned as an exclusive gift for his most ardent fans. For Triple Triad enthusiasts, King Elmer III's unwavering dedication to the game inspires respect and devotion in equal measure. I'd be willing to bet our imposter is one of such fan. With that in mind, I'd like to see this card returned to him. Though I fear he'll simply flee should we approach him directly. We'll need to devise a plan. Wah! Mummy! Kindly attended. Now then, don't fret. We'll make an announcement and your mother will soon come and get you. Wait, really? You promised? Absolutely. How about we head somewhere easier to find? Let's summon him with an announcement. We can use that card of his as bait and lure him out. Of course, I'll announce that we found a lost card. If he's half the King Elmer III fan I suspect he is, he'll soon come to collect it. I shall make arrangements right away. In the meantime, I'd ask that you wait at the main counter for the imposter to appear. Do-do-do-do-do. This is the one where you get discounts and stuff. I believe that's the discount stuff. Because if you, for example, I think it's here. So yeah, it's 10,000 during the course of this event. 3,000 off. So yeah, if you want to get some stuff, this is actually a cheaper price than what you can find. But yeah, if you want it, you have to come down to this dude. I don't know if there's other ones too. I think that's just that one. I think the rest of these are other things. But I could be wrong. I'm not that familiar with the Golden Saucer. So, yeah. A King Elmer III Triple Triad card was recovered in Event Square. We kindly ask the rightful owner to present themselves at the main counter. Praise Nemia. I feared I'd lost you for good. Hmm? Bust it. You're about to get your ass beat. Hey, get back here. I've chased primals, you ain't getting away. King Elmer the Third. I thought I might offer other assistance during my break. Little did I know I'd be chasing down an imposter. I can only presume this is him. Yep. You there. Having a novice masquerade as the king is a grave threat to the order of Triple Triad. If word spreads that I'm a feeble opponent, what thrill is there to be had in challenging me? Forgive me, that was never my intention. Why commit to such a disguise in the first place? Look, I love Triple Triad, but I'm hopeless when it comes to playing. I thought that mimicking you would somehow make me stronger, give me a taste of victory. Then one day, someone mistook me for the real king. I got carried away and started pretending I was you. Obviously, that's no way to improve my game, but forget my kingly comportment. It's methods and tactics you must imitate. Only after rigorous analysis of your foe's stratagems will you grow stronger. When I began my journey, I struggled immensely, but by studying my opponents, learning and leveraging their skills, I gradually improved, and thus developed my own identity as a player. Of course, it doesn't come easy. Some opponents are difficult to mimic, and only after the countless defeats did I carve a path to the throne. In a sense, the king is a composite of all those players I bested along the way. From your telling, the concept of imitation is clearly an intrinsic part of the game. Indeed, to succeed in the world of Triple Triad, you must seek out worthy opponents, commit their tactics to memory, and build up your repertoire. I look forward to the day you face me, not as some pale imitation, but as a fully fledged player with your own identity. Just you wait. One day I'll be ready to challenge the real King Elmer. Oh, and sorry again for all the trouble I caused. As it seems the rumor has caused little damage, I'm inclined toward lenience. I hope that strikes you as agreeable, adventure. Yeah, I guess so. Right, I believe that's case closed. I'm glad we were able to resolve this before any lasting harm was done. You have my gratitude. I better get back to the card square. Do drop by sometime. I'm relieved we were able to nip this in the bud. By way of thanks, please accept this King Elmer III card. It's one of the very first we had printed, and those reserved by King Elmer III himself. A rarity among rarities, if you will. Anyhow, with the festivities still in full swing, I do hope you stay and unwind after all this talk of Triple Triad. I imagine you're itching to put your acquisition to the test in Card Square. And with that, the event is done. You've learned the overreact. React. The overreact emote. Okay, first, let's just get our card. Now, I'll have to do this because I have to be able to see it. I don't remember. I'm gonna do this real quick just to say you react effusively, yet for little reason. Overreact. Well, now we have that done. So before we leave about, let's do some more of the main story until we can get to the Crystal Tower requirement, because then when we do the Crystal Tower, I'll do the Crystal, I'll do the Crystal Tower in its own video. That's what I'm trying to get at. Because I think we still have a few quests to do before we get to the Crystal Tower requirement. So we can do some more of the main story in this video. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Mimbrida's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kurthus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Defenders for Ishgard. The envoy is here. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I would forgo the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly. You come with news of Drevenians. Aye. The dragons have begun their attack in earnest. The first wave reached the central highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Sir Emmerich himself sallied forth with a contingent of Temple Knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Drevenians renew their assault. Paint a grim picture, my lady. It is reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Sir Emmerich would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well, I shall depart for Kurthus at once. I must warn you, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braves is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Udal must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the grand companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I will gladly appeal to the grand companies on your behalf, I dare not promise a favorable reply. I need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. You see, very well, I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations, and have them present your request directly to the heads of the Grand Companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favorable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. It is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Sir Emeric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Which brings me to my final request, a personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. You faced Migarsoma and survived. Anything you could share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem that the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Lily.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Round 2. Ding ding ding. Alphino. It seems I was the swifter, Lily. You too, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host has yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp of some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment in the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. The Knights at the Gates of Judgment. Gates of Judgment are the gates of Ishgard. Bothered Bowman. Gates of Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. Our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. Tenterhook? One night? When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. Is that thick? Dragoon? Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections? I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. Trembling Temple Knight. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. It would seem the heretic struck the first and most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies, we chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. And you have learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. Worm's Roar. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed. If she would risk a direct action against the city, come, let us do as we bid and return to the camp at Dragonhead. Lord Hushfont will know where Sir Emmerich means to receive us. Tis reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland teeters upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. Emmerich, I'm here. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Yes. Ishgard's future hangs in the balance. If the city's salvation rests on our assistance, I cannot well withhold it. Even so, I mean to make Sir Emmerich sweat for his reinforcements. On this occasion, feigned disinterest may serve the cause of Eorzea unity better than naked philanthropy. Come, let us find out what concessions the Holy Seal is willing to make. I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologies for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the gates of judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you would prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. An impressive title, though I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, yet even among such masters of the lance, Estinian is without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. Flatter me overmuch, Lord Commander. So you are the adventurer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. So I'm gonna spoil one thing because we can't get this dialogue here. I'm pretty sure it's here already. You meet Estinian if you are a Lancer, because a Lancer at level 30 becomes a Dragoon. You meet him before this, and at the point of this, you're technically technically if you started as a Lancer, you already are. But you would also be like an Azure Dragoon. So spoiler for the Lancer storyline. But he actually acknowledges that he knows you're here. It's not just a generic thing. It actually acknowledges the class you're playing as. Which I think is really cool. That, like, minor details like that. That's why I do plan on doing the Lancer pretty quickly as well. But, you know, just so that can be seen as a storyline too. It'll take a bit to get it up to 50 and stuff. But anyway. Well, now that we have all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we have learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault of the gates. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidog's I forget how exactly you say it, stolen eye. Nidog, one of the 7 great worms? His name features prominently in your nation's history, though once defeated by the hero Haldrath. The beast is said to have terrorized Kurthus since Ishgard's founding. Aye. Many are the scars our walls bear from Nidog's relentless efforts to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to him, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and then no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. My vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. But those stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics. The dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labor to repel, to say nothing of him, of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Through the endless marches of years the dragons endure, patience, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber only to wake and resume their campaign as if it were mere hours had passed. It has been 20 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gain his strength, and for us to bolster our defenses. And now, just as he seems primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. You believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that, we cannot be certain, but we know the heretics covet the eye, and we have been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole their mistress has seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protection. It is a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem. You have described your plight in an admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candor. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has needs of allies, and I would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected, unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake. However, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict which concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzea Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kurthus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole provenance of beasts and beastmen. Until the Garleans' arrival, that is. For you may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurthus. They would not even have to draw steel. An Imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells! Very well, we will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now, upon the matter of the roar, allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not, I am in full control of my facilities, I assure you, and the eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. And the worm who roared was Nidhogg. Aye, he means to hurl his horde against Nanafin's collar. and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt the worm has summoned his minions to war. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavor will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in a common cause. Sir Americ was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. But did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect the softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. Committing to the cause. If we are to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to Minfilia. Now we don't have any pretty teleportation back because we're not in Vesper Bay anymore.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
You got issues.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go. The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end.
Nah, you're on your own, bitch. I mean, yeah, I'm with you.
For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Nothing suspicious about that. Volunteer Dragon Slayers. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. But have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matter of our own security. Revenant's Toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Perthis. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the border. Very brief, Softborn, on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I can only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. Before you leave, might I suggest that you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Tataru. We are rather close to Perthis, aren't we? We'd best see to our own defenses and take stock of our supplies. Oh, and we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out, just in case. A good reception is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Lily. I have 101 things to discuss with Softborn. And off she goes. And so I'd like you to spread the word to the settlers and adventurers in town. I appreciate the warning. If war is coming to Kurthis, then the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favor. But as for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I am certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official adventurer guild presence at this siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she will. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck here in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who will answer your call to arms. Speak with Tataru. Get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Accomplished adventurer. You want to die on Ishgard soil? Fuck no. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Chicken. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess. That ain't what I wanted to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by the processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilred was there with the Fourth that day, and I want to know if you've seen him since, have you? No, I haven't. That's damn it, I feared as much. No one's bloody seen him. It's like the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. That ain't all. Around the time Wilred stopped turning up for duty, black market weapons went missing from our vault in Udal. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folk like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but as you and me both know, it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries and adventurers, and grand company of veterans. The only thing as binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to most in this crew, Wilred's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp amongst wolves. The boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him wouldn't rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. And this is just between you and me, mind. There's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled upon. And I'll bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road. You've got a war to wage, so I'll let you get on. Just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Lily. Dun dun dun. Adventurous frontier hand. Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its rank, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of the siege, those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. But I pledge myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do, what to do. Sell me blade to the Ishgardians? Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watch me like a bloody hawk, he did. Still, I put up with the worse than that for a heavy purse. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up the mantle of adventure in the first place. I would sooner die in the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. There you are, Lily. So, did you sway any hearts? One or two, eh? Well, added to mine, that makes 3 or 4. Not including Safburn's friends. We won't have the largest company in the army, but I'd say one Revenant Toll's veteran is worth a dozen clanky knights at least. An allied perspective. Well, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the alliance leaders are convening in Udal to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you'd best make your way to Udal, or you'll be late. Alphino said that he'd meet you at the Royal Promenade. Running. My apologies for calling you away from your task. I had hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent requests for an audience have prompted a gathering of the council. Needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance leaders are already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? A little of this, a little of that.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Uldar has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard, not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Uldar to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Is Her Grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems you have been conscripted into leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of inestimable danger. But if we have been left with little alternative, we cannot well abandon Lord Hoshfont and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. Captain Elbard, what news? The assault has begun. We have but this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Thranduil at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and thin the Dravanian horde ere they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Lily, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defenses at the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Marcelin at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. It's time to go. You are the appointed captain of the sellswords contingent. Then welcome. There's no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrowing positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present, I would have you join them. This is, of course, merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our forces, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the Steps of Faith, and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force, they shall face a wall of Ishgardian steel. Report back to me once their advanced skirmishers are slain. To wait for him. War! The little guys out of here first. Defeats the Dravanian forces at Providence Point. It's up there. Okay. Like, where am I going? Question is, I'm not sure we can go that way, so. How high can we go? We can clear this mountain, we can probably for sure do it. Well, it looks like we can clear enough. I'm gonna get you. And any light cups? Okay. Time to head back. that open? It is. What news, adventure? The reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Dravanian devils. Damn their scaly hides. Hold fast to your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Steps of Faith. Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is you are tasked with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the sea of clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Deafening's Collar? Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice damned witch, Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus are dragons now able to land unhindered upon the Steps of Faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It shall be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to those parts of the bridge wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders to the outermost ward. I should hope that includes us as well, yes? The signs of the 7th dawn! We could not well stand idly by while the horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed, to do otherwise would go against all that Master Lussois has taught us. As for where we may be of most assistance, I think it prudent we divide into 2 groups. Eda and I will join the rear guard. Right, if the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for. Thank you, all of you. Pray speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the horde. Time to defend Ishgard. Would that we could say with certainty that none of the wards will be breached, but our enemy is resourceful. No matter what happens, we cannot let them cross this bridge. The dragons may never again have such an opportunity to strike at the Holy See. You can be certain they will not squander it, so we must be vigilant. I'm told the first commander of the Temple Knights, Lucia, will be leading their forces. By all accounts, it would seem we're in quite capable hands. See if there's anybody else to talk to. Trust you're ready then. Good. Come. Just join the battlefield. That's a big boy. That's a big boy. Or girl. Lucia, Ernest, we claim victory this day, or Ishgard falls. Accept the fury into your heart, and defend this bridge with your life Lucky adventurer. Check the holy sea of Ishgard. Need to destroy the ward.
Shall we?
Have the rear guard ready to cannon. Whisper makes ready to fire. Flames have damaged the first ward. Way again. I've severely damaged the first ward. Focus your attacks on the armored dragon. Oh, I forgot I don't have my thing on because it sinks me. Down for the count. It's ready for a powerful strike. Everyone, fall back! Fall back now! When we can move, we will. Run! Fall back! Back, ere we burn to ashes! We're not dying here. Not today.
Ether, to me!
Stave off. Bishops. Advance. Don't let it reach the barrier. Hold your ground. Remember what it is we fight for. Or trim your toenails. Mix ready for fire breath. Warning! By the fury. First ward has been destroyed. First ward has been breached. Fall back and regroup. The battle is not yet lost. Regroup with the rear guard. We must find Papalimo and regroup. Of course, it could never be so easy. Ah, damn dragons. Full retreat seems unlikely. We will see to the things here, Lily. Fall back and help the others. They mean to destroy us with sheer numbers then. Well, it's a good thing I can't count.
No holding back.
can't end like this.
This one'll stick.
We must defeat their champion at all costs. Makes ready for breath. Damn it, the second ward. Destroy the second ward. Second ward has fallen. Fall back. There's nothing left to be done here. You must retreat now. Ow! You mustn't lose heart. We cannot run them. Edie and I have matters here well in hand, Lily. You must go see to the final ward. Dragoons, to arms! Give the enemy no quarter. Hold your ground. Bastian, warm blood. That's company. Hold nothing back. Our enemy is not without weakness. Keep it up. It is severely. The ward is weakened. Hurry, we must end this now. Damn, all you dragons jumped back over. Ah, shit. And prepares to unleash its fury. We are the shield that keeps the holy sea, even if it should cost us everything. Knight's Resolve. Before the Knight's Resolve gives out. Damn it, this infernal heat! I'm trying, Lucia. Not a DPS, I'm a tank. Nice resolve begins to wane. Ishgard will not fall. Not today. Knight's resolve is greatly diminished. But the Dravanian is felled. The dragons! They're withdrawing! Victory is ours! One of Nidhogg's greatest champions slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. But what of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? Mayhap you prefer to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm. Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my land. Shoot! The famed dragoons of Ishgard commanding the skies of battle was truly a sight to behold. It was a close victory, but a victory nonetheless. I think we have earned a brief respite. Phew, that was exhausting. It is a rare opportunity to find oneself confronted with so terrible a foe. Rare still to emerge victorious. I should hope we not contend with more of Nidhogg's champions. Well, now you jinxed us. Lily, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Commander Livier, Lily, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I offer you my humble thanks. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons are fled, and there are yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. We have indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I am confident that the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzean alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, Assassins and the Empire. But step by unfaltering step, we march ever nearer to our goal. And, as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you have won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. It is a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that yet seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we have done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. Demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Udal and reassign those braves whose squad suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to the Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Minfilia in person. You'll see to informing the other nations what took place. Do be sure to give our regards to Minfilia. See you guys. We're probably almost right there where we have to do the crystal tower, because we're not too far away from finishing our Realm Reborn now. Trying to think of what exactly we have left to do, but there isn't much. We're almost there. Lily, welcome back. Alpha knows some word of the siege and, of course, of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Lily. Thank you. Broken bridges. You must be wary, Lily. Now may very well be your only chance to... Minfilia! Oh, you have this little thing yet too. A messenger from Udal arrived with a missive for you. Was this not what I was thinking it was? The royal seal. Curious indeed. Ah, an invitation. On behalf of the Council of Eorzean Alliance, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ul Namo invites the Scions of the Seventh Dawn to attend a feast at the Royal Palace of Udal in honor of Ishgard's recent victory. It would seem we are to be recognized for our part in lifting the siege, you for your valiant efforts as commander of the adventurers contingent, and the Archons for their earnest attempts to rouse the city-state. Truly, I find it strange that the Alliance leaders should think themselves deserving of a place at such a celebration. All three refused to deploy their standing armies, preferring to send hastily assembled companies of sellswords, many of whom perished ere the siege began. Are they truly so brazen as to seek to share in the glory of your triumph? But mayhap they simply seek a pretext to meet with the Ishgardians, while the mood is yet jubilant. Such an occasion would present a fine opportunity to press for Ishgard's return to the Eorzean Alliance. We have scarce had time to mourn, and Brita and I, for one, am in no mood to carouse. But I suppose we must put away our grief for the good of the realm. Though you were promised rest, I fear I must insist that you also attend. It would be a strange celebration indeed if the victorious hero were not present. Pray, content yourself with the thought that at such occasions may bring about monumentous change. And this without recourse to bloodshed. True, if you would do me the favor of contacting the rest of the Scions. Of course, Minfilia. And please let me know if there's anything else I can do. Okay, I do think this is the quest that I was thinking it was. Curious, I've never known Tataru to sigh at such a request. But ought to be a mist? Look for Tataru at her desk. Like I said, I'm gonna try to finish all the quests up to whenever we get forced into the Crystal Towers. What is she? She's not here. I have to really look. Can't quite tell if she's here. Tataru is conspicuous by her absence. Where are we looking now? Hello, Mama Minfilia. Tataru? I believe she just stepped outside. Now that I think about it, she did seem rather preoccupied. Is it? Yeah, it's I'm trying to remember. Like, I was trying to remember where the upper place was, because I know she's sitting there. But I couldn't remember where it was. Oh, Lily, it's you. I didn't mean to worry anyone. It's nothing, really. Well, it's not nothing exactly, but it feels like nothing compared to the towering trials you and the others face every day. And that's why I should probably talk to Minfilia before things get any worse. You always know what to say, Lily. I'm glad we had this little chat. I didn't say anything. But I'm glad I helped. That motherfucker's going through the wall. But yeah, this is the one I was thinking it was. Mine is made up. Yes, Tataru? You have my undivided attention. I've been hesitant to broach the subject with all the recent excitement, but Lily made me realize that there's no time like the present. And time is what I'm here to ask you for. I'm not sure I understand. If you wish to be excused from your duties for a time, then you have certainly earned the rest. But I suspect that lying abed is far from your intent. You know me too well, Minfilia. There is, in fact, something I've been wanting to try my hand at. Along with the adventures in the Crystal Braves, the Scions are constantly being thrown into dangerous battles, deadly predicaments. Even Boulder and Sultanate have been promoted from guard duty to fill our need for competent warriors. And so it seems only right that I too should acquire the power to defend myself. And others, more importantly. When I return, I shall be both your receptionist and your bodyguard. Whoa, hey! That's the first time I've almost been knocked to the ground by a Lalafell. Never seen Miss Tataru so determined. Has aught befell with which I might help, Minfilia? Not at the present, thank you. Was there something you would ask of me? Oh yes, pray excuse my distraction. An adventurer who was to join us for escort duty was injured while out on patrol. And I fear we cannot properly defend the scholars entrusted to our protection without the aid of at least one more guard. Therefore I humbly request that another adventurer of the capable kind, of course, be assigned to our party. Very well, I should consider the potential candidates and provide you with a replacement as soon as I am able. My thanks, Minfilia. I take my leave of you. Unexpected ambition and where we are needed. Oh, we got a double one again. The power to defend oneself. Petra has ever been full of surprises. Now that I think on it, I do recall Aranje mentioning that she had developed an interest in Arcanima. Mayhap she hopes to gain admittance to the Arcanist Guild in Limsa Lominsa? Yes, that would be the way of it. Would you be so kind as to journey to the guild and see that all is well? It is doubtless unwarranted, but surely I am not alone in my concern for her safety. Where we are needed. I wonder, do you perchance recall the commitment I made furnish Boulder with a capable adventurer? Well, I'm sorry to say that I have as yet been unable to do so. Now I realize you are rather more than a capable adventurer, and that escort duty is frankly beneath a woman of your talents, but I have no one else to turn to at present. Might you be willing to forgo rest and assist us in this matter? Of course. Generous to a fault. I thank you, Lily. Now it seems only fair that I explain the import of the task in question. For some time our order has employed a handful of scholars to travel around Eorzea, taking etheric readings that we might better understand the impact of primal summoning. Naturally, it behooves us to ensure our employees' safety. So we asked the adventurers in our service to serve as escorts. Boulder and Cotonet were to act as 2 such escorts, as was a 3rd adventurer. Alas, due to injury, said adventurer is not presently fit for duty, hence my need to impose upon your goodwill. Yeah. You truly are a pillar of strength, Lily. Boulder will share with you the details of your task. He should be waiting for you outside. Be safe. Let's do these quests no matter how long it takes, so this might be a longer video, because like I said, I want to kind of set up so Crystal Tower is all in its own video. And I'm pretty sure we gotta be like right there. Ah, Lily, is it true that you agreed to lend us a hand? Yeah. Huzzah! What did I tell you, Cotonet? Our misfortune is becoming a blessing, an opportunity to serve alongside the warrior of light herself. Need I remind you that we have 3 scholars to escort, each of whom will take a different route? True, but our mission is the same. Separated by moms we may be, but in spirit we shall be together. If such thoughts bring you joy, you are welcome to think them. To more practical concerns, Lily, we would have you attend to the scholar charged with surveying the South Shroud. He's waiting at Camp Tranquil as we speak. All you need to do is follow the man. He will determine the most appropriate locations to take his readings. In spirit, Lily. In spirit we shall be together every step of the way. Okay. No. Limsa is my return. Let's do Tataru's first. Yeah. My brain just went, bleh. I always forget there's a downstairs in this place. Lily, what are you doing here? I didn't mean for her to worry. That's the last thing I wanted. Putting an end to such worries is precisely the reason I'm here. Don't you see? I, Taru, shall become a great and powerful arcanist. And now, at the mistress' behest, I must go and complete a special training exercise. Till we meet again. I've actually never done this class. Arcanist. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. Do you require assistance? So you're acquainted with our newest member. I'm sorry to be a bearer of bad news, but I fear young Tataru may not be ideally suited to the study of Arcanima. Nevertheless, she would not be denied, and goes now to undertake her first trial. A simulated inspection of 3 crates. Simple task, some might say, but one all Arcanists are expected to complete. Thought occurs to me, why not supervise Tachiru's training? You are clearly an accomplished adventurer, and given your relationship with the girl, you seem an ideal person to have on hand. Her trial will be conducted at the cliffs south of Zephyrgate. You need only observe at a distance. Surveying, surveying, surveying. Or Azure Seas, the pirate's port, where she met her shining jewel. For to bring the smuggler's plans to naught, came the lass whom none could fool. Beat 'em with a backdraft, gut 'em with a gust, deck 'em with a downburst. Go, carbuncle. Oh. Oh, are those crates I spy? Ah, and this must be the true test. But we're ready for them, aren't we? Carbuncle. Bunkle. See ya. Carbuncle? She's a great summoner. Oh, come back, Carbuncle. Wait, what the fuck? Why did it go so fast? That was like auto skip. Carbuncle, come back. That's what it was. Okay. It just ran to me. I know you didn't know I was there, but should have known you'd come, Lily. You needn't say a word. Your face says it all. I know you bore witness to my shame. Betrayed by my own carbuncle, and left at the mercy of wild beasts. I must accept the truth. I'll never be a warrior like you or the others. I will inform the mistress of my intention to withdraw from the guild. Arcanum, like so much else, is beyond me. Tatru. Poor little Tatru. Why is the map zoomed in so much? Ah, I'm back so soon. How fared our fledgling Arcanus? Abysmally. Mistress, abysmally, as Lily will testify. It was wrong to become an Arcanus. Wrong as usual. I am completely and utterly unqualified, and I sincerely apologize for wasting your time. Tachiru, if that were true, I would not have permitted you to join in the first place. We must all come to accept our limitations, lest our ambitions lead us astray. However, we must not lose sight of our strengths in the process. For example, your exceptional skill with numbers helped you to gain a solid grasp of the fundamentals of our Arcanuma. Were it not so, you would have struggled even to summon a carbuncle to your side. In my opinion, the Scions are truly fortunate to have such a capable and good-natured receptionist in their service. Would you not agree? Yep, she's one of a kind. You are too kind, mistress. Though I could not overcome this challenge, I shall take your words to heart and try not to be discouraged. Ancient ways, timeless ones. Fetching as these garments are, I fear I shall never don them again. But I can't go back to the Rising Stones without something to show for my time. Away. Wait, I know what I can do. That is, if you don't mind accompanying me for a little longer. You got it. Wonderful, then to Costa del Sol we go. It's a bit of a gamble, but I'm confident it will pay off. Not true, you've already changed. Damn. Yes, this is it. This is where the man at the Drowning Wench told me to look. There is a certain variety of clam which can be harvested this time of year in Bloodshore. One which produces the most marvelous pearls. However, these clams are also coveted by certain wild creatures, and since I fared rather poorly in battle last time, let us be off. I got you. What fortune, I've already found one. Would you be so kind as to keep watch while I work? It should only take a moment. Stand guard as Tachiru harvests pearls. That way. Hey, buddy. They can't touch me, but it's not a quick fight. Okay, I got rid of the monster, Tachiru. How you doing over here? Well fought, Lily. Well fought. I knew I was right to ask you to come. As for me, I have my prize, a bounty of blood pearls, so named for the reddish hue. They were treasured as wards against dark magic in ancient times. I thought I might have charms for everyone, or I might make charms for everyone, so that no matter where they go, they will always come home. It's sort of the power to defend myself and other people, when, in a way. Right, well, I mustn't keep her waiting. There's work to be done, and lots of it. Mama Minfilia. We're to secure provisions for the Scions in the Limentian markets. She may have an eye for quality, but I have a nose for bargain. Will you be heading back to the Rising Stones? If so, pray convey my apologies to Minfilia, and tell her that she needn't worry about me. Farewell, Lily, and thank you for everything. Sounded rather final, didn't it? How about until we meet again? Bye, Tataru. Until we meet again. Go ahead and do the other one, because we'll have to turn both of these into Minfilia, I believe, so we might as well finish this one as well and then go back. At last, the Scion's woman deigns to grace me with her presence. A pity that we have no time for pleasantries. Our first destination is Isam Ahar. Come, we are late enough as it is. Yes, this location should suffice. Once I finish calibrating my instruments, I will require but a moment to take the necessary measurements. I trust I need not explain that my work can suffer no interruptions. Then, please stand at an appropriate distance and keep watch for wild beasts. Standing watch. I see we have both completed our respective tasks, a satisfactory outcome, though if I could make one suggestion, you might try to dispatch your foes more quietly in the future. I do not like to pick faults, but I really must be allowed to concentrate. Now then, snake molt awaits. Yeah, I'll just try not to, swing my axe so loudly. My bad. Right about here, yes. As before, I would ask that you keep an eye out for dangerous beasts as I work. No treat for you. Literally gonna hit the death mouse with my AoE. Was I quiet enough? Fascinating. These readings are not at all what I expected. Though perhaps that should come as no surprise, I am given to superstition. I am not given to superstition. But there is a queer, almost blasphemous air hereabouts. Let us quit this place and return to Roots Lake. We have one more site to survey. As before, my guardian, pray leave me to my task and ensure safety. Yeah, I'll leave all the evidence around you, though. And then there was one. This data should prove invaluable to... Ye gods, what is that stench? Did you slaughter a creep of adamantoises while my back was turned? Play now, to Camp Tranquil. I will not have my clothing reeking of blood and offal. You chose to paddle in that Ichor a while longer? I take it. No matter, I took advantage of my unexpected privacy and performed a cursory analysis of my data. It would appear that there has been a measurable decrease in Eorzea's ambient ether concentration since the calamity. However, this data is far from conclusive. We must take additional measurements to confirm my... For our next survey, I would have you escort me to Earthbound. The ambient ether concentrations there are so high that crystalline structures form spontaneously. Consequently, anomalous fluctuations should be much easier to detect. Brilliant, yes? No, don't bother answering. That was rhetorical. Now, come along. I'm hoping we can get these done, and then that's leading into Crystal Tower, and we can get this done within 3-hour mark. But we shall see. I don't know what all quests left to do. I just feel like this is another section that's like, I don't want to just tack on one more quest if we don't have to. Or we could just call the next one the Crystal Towers or whatever. If we can make it there in this video. You should be more than familiar with the procedure by now. If I find a suitable position from which to keep watch while I take measure. Yes, yes. Yes, yes, quite high, yet still markedly lower than historical measurements taken near the end of the Sixth Astral Era. Could the presence of a primal account for the difference? Or is there something else? Something else? Did this bitch just start to wander off? Something else? Cyan! Cyan, come here! I need you! Oh, I remember. What? Full red. Fear not, my friends. Help has arrived. There you are, Lily. Boulder and I were worried when you and your charge failed to return at the appointed hour. Gutted like a hog, but not by one, no. These wounds are made with a blade. Doesn't look like he put up much of a fight either. An area mark on his sword or his shield. Heard nothing of any Crystal Brave operations in this area. What caused Wilred to come here? What should we do? We will see to the scholar's protection, Lily. Aye, and the boys remain. Should return to the Rising Stones. Minfilia will want to know what happened here. And so do I. Well, Red, you were going to be a great Crystal Brave. Hell, you would have been a great Scion. I know we had our differences in Little Alamigo, but we put that to rest. Maybe always remembered. May Bralger protect you. We spoke a few times in the Rising Stones. He wasn't as experienced as some of the other Braves, but gods, he had passion. Gods, what a waste. Pray leave the matters here to us, Lily. You must return to the Rising Stones and inform Minfilia at once. I've never been this close to, oh gods. And yet again, we lost somebody else. I don't remember which one was which, so we'll just do it one at a time. Welcome on, Lily. I gather you found Tataru in Limsa. This is the one I wanted to finish first, anyway. My, it sounds as though she had quite an adventure, and while it did not end as she had hoped, I suspect it will prove to be a valuable experience. I dare say she could have managed without our intervention. Even so, I appreciate you indulging my request. Lily, you are returned, and you seem troubled. Is the role of escort chaff so? Found Wilred. Wilred? Dead? Mayhap murdered? By the 12, how can that be? I will send word to Alphino at once. He will want to conduct a full investigation and send word to Wilred's family. God, he was just a boy. Who would do this, and why? But I'm sorry, Lily. Doubtless this weighs heavy on your heart. We have already imposed upon you so much. Pray take some time for yourself. I dare say you have more than earned your respite. After all, we will be most busy with preparations as the banquet draws near. Should other adventurers summon you elsewhere? Perhaps now is the time to heed their call? In order to progress in the main story, you must first complete certain quests in the Crystal Tower series. So we are there. We can't continue the main story until we do the Crystal Towers. So, on that note, I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight yet. Not in this video either way. I'm just getting over there. But we might take to doing that. We'll definitely do it in the next video, I just don't know when I record it. I actually have, when I'm recording this, this is the 22nd, and I have like all the way to June 4th now backlog. So this will probably be out like on June 5th. So it's gonna be like, like almost 2 weeks out before you see this video. So by the time that I actually do it, you like upload it or like make it revealed, yeah, we'll be long past this probably. But or though I might take the time to level up the other classes, do the Palace of the Dead, do like side stuff. But either way, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video where we will take on the Crystal Tower. And the Crystal Tower is a series of like 3 dungeons, so it's not going to be a short little thing either. I don't remember how long the cutscenes are either, but I remember the story. So we got like a good video in the next one to do. And the next one, like I said, I will do all the Crystal Tower probably in it. So it will be purely that in the next one. But anyway, see you next time.